So in the last video, we built a skill that tries your inbox and only surface email that actually need your attention. We run it manually and it worked. So as you see here, we have the email triage skill, and when we run it, we get the output that we needed. But running it manually means you still have to remember to trigger it. That defeat half the point. In this video, we are going to do three things. First, we can connect Slack our Claude can when it generate this report here, right? It can send the summary to our Slack. We can connect Telegram, WhatsApp, whatever you want. But in this video, we're gonna connect Slack. And second thing, we update our skill because if you see here, so if you go manage a skill and we have the description and the instructions, we just want an output in this format, but we are not update the skill here to sending the information to our Slack or any communication channel. So we need to update our skill. I will show you how we're gonna do it. And lastly, we can use this scheduled function of the Claude Cowork to run the whole thing automatically. We can schedule our time and how many times we want to run in a day, right? So let's first connect our Slack. So you see we have the connectors and we turn on the Gmail connector so Cover can read the emails from our Gmail, right? But if you want to send the information or the summary to the Slack, you need to connect our connector. So you need to connect 8 connectors, browse your connectors, and Slack already have their own MCP connector inside the Cowork. So you need to come here, just click on connect. It open your browser and it asks for your authentication. So you need to choose your workspace and the permission you just allow it. And once it complete, you go back to your Cloud code, right? And connected to Slack, right? So if you simply had connectors, you can see the Slack connector is also on. Okay. So we have our connection. Now we need to update the skill. So instead of sending the output here in the Cloud interface, we want to push into our Slack, right? So the skill already have some steps. You can simply see it here. We have email triage, we have 4 steps that already defined here. Now we need to add this Slack step as well. So all you need to do is you need to just run a prompt here to just tell Cowork that we need to update it. Okay, so let me test it here. Update my email triage skill.md. Add a new step at the end. After presenting the triage result, send the full summary to the Slack channel. If there are zero external emails, send nothing to Slack. We need to define the channel name, right? So we need to go to first Slack. So let me go to the Slack here and I need to go to my channel, the Slack account that I want to send the summary, and here let's create a one more channel so we can send the cowork result here. So email Troy's result. Okay, so we can set to public and just create it. Okay, so it created here and you just need to copy the channel name and go back to your cowork and summon it to the Slack channel, and here you need to provide the name as well. Let's run this prompt here and let it update our email try skill.md here. So the skill is loaded here because it needed, and allow it so we can see the preview, and here we want to update these instructions. So it's working here. Let's wait for it, and once it complete, we can simply save the skills, and first we can manually test this before setting the automation using scheduled. Okay, so let it be complete first. And it's the one more thing I need to tell you about scheduled. Before you need to schedule anything, you need to run it manually always, right? So now you can see it working here, and now it is a skill.file, and it update this here. So we need to just allow the permission here, because whenever we delete something or we edit something, I set my permissions to ask for approve, get my approval. So it just update our skill. And if you see here on the right side, it update our skill here, and you can see it added this last step, send to Slack with this channel number, with this channel ID, right? So we already connect our connector to Claude Cowork, so it grabbed this channel ID by automation automatically, right? We just mentioned the channel name, but it grabbed the channel ID as well. Okay, so it update our this skill, and we save this skill. And now let's run this test again and see how it goes. Okay, so we open a new tab here. We here email Triage and just see our connectors are on or not. So we have Gmail connector, the Slack connector, both are on. So let's run this skill. So right now we just wants to make sure it properly read our instruction that we add in the skills, right? And first it's just searching our email to finding the emails based on our rules and the logic. And once it find out, it send the whole summary into our Slack. Okay, so this is the process that you need to follow. You need to verify the output, you need to make sure your workflow and all the connectors are connected properly. So it loaded the tool, we have the is here, but you can see here it doesn't follow the skill to send over the Slack, right? Because if you see it, let me open the skill, so we can see why it's not sending on the Slack. You can see this is an old one, right? Because this already had this fourth step, doesn't have the fifth step, right? So go back here and see here. Let me open it. So this has the file that have this. So we need to just save it. Okay, so we have the two skill with the same name. So we can just ask Cowork to summary. Okay. So we just want to change the name of the skill, because this is the way we identify the skill from here. Because before we have two skills that have the same name, right? We have this one or this one, right? That's why it confused. And one have only four instructions, right? So that's why it's not working. So let it change the name first. And now we have this email try summary skill, and inside it we have the five step. So you need to just save it and close it, and now let's open a new tab, and this time we are running this email tries summary skill instead of the other one. Okay, so that's why it's very important when you're working, you need to test it again and again until it's give you the consistent output that you needed every single time. So first we do it manually, and before doing using the automations, using the scheduled feature, you always need to run it manually first. I want to see the Slack message length with correct channel or not. What is the format that I need? If is it correct or not, right? If I schedule something that's broken, it fails silently 3 times a day, right? I don't know until I wonder why I have not heard from it. So first we have this. It loaded it here, and it loaded this email try summary skill. And what you see here now, this time it loaded the whole summary here. Now it asking us send a message to Slack channel. So we can just allow this time, or you can change the permissions. And now it sent this summary to our Slack channel. So if you go back here, and now you can see here, we receive it here. We have this email address, the subject line, the short summary and the direct link for the email. So we can click it here and open it, and we can directly reply to the same thread. Okay, so you can see here, we can read it and we can directly add a reply here. Okay, so, so this is very useful for us and it's working correctly the way that we want to work. Okay, so first is generate the summary and send this to our Slack channel. Okay, you can see it here. Now the next and important thing that we need to understand, right now we do it manually and everything is working properly without having an issue the way we want to work. Now let's move to the next part of this, is about schedule it, right? So we can use this feature. So schedule is just a trigger. The skill handle all the logic. The schedule decide when to run it and pick whatever method fit your workflow. Right? So we have three ways here. So first we have the schedule panel. So you can simply go here, click on the schedule, and you can create a new task here. Okay. You can set up manually or you can set up with Claude. Right? So you can simply set create with Claude. So I want to schedule a task. So it just asks you about few questions and you can answer it and it's scheduled for you. Okay. So let it be bit here and asking some question, right? What schedule the task should do, right? So your email trial, Slack digest, anything, right? So you can mention here, I want to run email triage summary skip, right? And it asking for the time that you want to schedule. So let's schedule for every morning, and it just loaded the skills for schedule it, and it running a skill, and it just asks for your confirmation. You can approve it, and you can see here your morning email triage is set up to run daily at 8 a.m. IST. Okay, so every day at 8 a.m. this skill run automatically by the Cowork, generate the report and send the whole summary to my Slack channel here. Okay, this should be run automatically. If you click on the schedule, so you can see here we have the scheduled here. You can click it here. You can change the instruction that you want to change, or you can change the time by clicking on this edit button, or you can run now for just testing it. So if you run it now, you can see the schedule task here. So it run here, and right now we have this message at 4:54. So let it be complete, and once it complete, we can verify our schedule is working properly. Okay, so you can see here we have the separate tab for the schedule. So you can come here and just check it. Okay, so this is the way you can create it, and the fastest method is this one, is schedule command, right? So you can simply, let me copy this. So let's say we are talking about this in this session. You can, the same session, you can just tell it run my email trigger skill at this particular time, push result to this inbox, right? So when you run this command, it automatically use the schedule feature inside the same session and it's create the schedule for you. Okay, so as you can see, the first part it's completed, school event notification is skipped, automated. So if I come here and it's something wrong here. Okay, so you can see here we have the reply here and school event notification skipped, but if you see here, why it just typing the school, because we need to send on Slack, right? So if you go back here and let's try the second method that we want to do. Okay, so we get the summary here and we want this. So you can schedule this way as well. Let me stop here because we need to add a channel name here. I think we already have the channel name, right? So push result to, we can just write Slack because it already know the channel name and the ID that's saved in our skill, right? So let it be run here. And in the meantime, you can see the instructions in your skills. So manage skills, and we have this skill, right? So it's sent to Slack. This is the channel name and this is the channel ID. Okay, so we don't need to repeat ourselves. It's already in our skill.md instructions. So it running a skill, you can see it creating all three parallels in now. So once it complete, you can test it and it update here. Okay. And the last part is during the skill creation. So when we create our skill, we can run this. So we have three way to schedule it, right? So let's schedule this one. Provide the permissions. You need a permission for 3 times, 8 a.m., 12 p.m., and this is the 5 p.m. Okay, so it run 3 times a day. So we have three ways. You can come here, you can create a new task, you can set up manually the name, the description, or you can change the frequency here and just save it, right? So this is the way you can choose the default model as well. So this is the first way you can do it manually. The second way, you can ask or have a conversation with Claude that we did before, and you can schedule this way. Or the third way, you can directly tell inside the same session when you're building the skill, you can just tell it to run it on this particular time. And once it's scheduled, you can see we have three more scheduled at 5 p.m., 12 p.m., and the 8 a.m. Okay, so this is going to be run every day. You can change the setting here or you can delete it from here as well. So this is all about scheduled automations, how to connect your connectors, how to build your skills, how to edit your skills, and in upcoming videos. So let me delete because I don't need those things. In upcoming videos, we can look for more other use cases of skills and how we can use Claude Cowork inside it. So this is all about for this video. Thanks.